Hi folks, so another solar panel review, another folding solar panel review. So this one is the All Powers SP33 200 watt folding solar panels. So what do you get? Well, in a box comes with MC4 to the obligatory XT60 connector. This one, which is on the floor. MC4 on one end and some sort of plug connector on the other. Now, the reason for that, it's got various adapters on it. So, solar panel side, your MC4. On the other side, if it's an oddball power bank that takes a different input, it comes with a selection of ends, just like that. So, plug them in there. But for most of us, it'll be the run-of-the-mill, bog standard MC4 to XT60 connector. And I don't know how generous they've been with the cable length, so let's have a quick shifty. Probably about 4 foot. I'd say about 4 foot. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. So these panels retail circa 180 quid on average. Price varies because everywhere you look they're always on sale, but the price always seems to hover the same. But it'll say £380 or just to 179 or 180, right? So tends to average about 180. On the back, you've got a little zip section where all your crap goes. Basically, all your cables go in there. I quite like that. This is quite a nice little storage area. Your fold down legs, attached by Velcro, elastic backed, double stitched. I'm going to compare it to Anchor, the one we reviewed the other day. It's half the price. It's nearly a third of the price, but it's only just under half the capacity. So take that into account when I'm reviewing it to see what you get for your money. But build quality so far, I mean, it's not a particularly heavy panel. Now maybe I'll look up the specs and actually post it, but I'm going to have a guess at maybe 8 kilograms, something like that. Now the handle's not ridiculously uncomfortable. It's quite wide, but it's soft enough and padded enough that you can hold it in the grip. It's double stitched all the way around and it's double webbed at the attachment points to here. So I think probably the best thing to do is get it out onto the grass, plug it into a power bank, and let's see what it does.
Folks around here think I'm just a bit nuts, building a bunker and planting some nuts. Got a generator and I'm stocking up gas while they're out chasing dreams that ain't built to last. I've got canned beans in a pantry shelf high, jars of preserves, don't ask me why. Crossbows and camo, I'm ready to hide. Laugh all you want, but I'll survive. I'm not crazy, I'm a prepper. Gotta preserve when life gets peppered, and the world goes wild when things get tough. I'll be down in my bunker, living it up. Neighbors say I'm paranoid out of my mind, but I just smile, wave, and bide my time. Cause I've seen the storms and I felt the shakes. I won't be caught when the world finally breaks. Water purifiers and a first aid kit. While they're out partying, I'm digging a pit. I've read the books and I've watched the shows. When it all goes down, preppers always know. I'm not crazy, I'm a prepper. Preserve when life gets peppered, when the world goes wild and things get tough. I'll be down in my bunker, living it up.
Alright folks, so I've trimmed the audio on the section before this because there was kids playing in their gardens and all you could hear is trampolines and screaming. So that's why it's got a nice little tune over the top of it, but there wasn't really much to say. Panels went up very easily. First attempt. Whenever I do a panel review or a setup and folding panels, there's no value in me going through the setup first to get a practice run, because it defeats the purpose of how difficult it is, if it's difficult at all. So I prefer to do it first time on camera and see how it goes. Relatively easy, one person, 200 watt panels, they're man manageable. They had 4 legs as opposed to the 3, which was strange on the Anchor. Strange especially because it was a huge panel, but it's not a fair comparison, I suppose. The panels themselves, build quality, surprisingly for all power, I thought it was actually pretty good. I don't mean to be a power bank snob or a power panel snob, that guy, but I was pleasantly surprised. So again, I didn't fiddle with the panel orientation, pointing it towards the sun or anything. They're directed south facing, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's July, it's Scotland. It's 25 degrees today, which is very, very hot for here. So panel performance isn't going to be optimal in that kind of heat. But as you saw when I plugged it in, straight off the bat, plugged in the back of an EcoFlow Delta 2, and it's chucking out 136 watts, which is absolutely fine for mid-afternoon, without changing the panel, adjusting its orientation or anything. That's respectable. The panels themselves, I liked how the MC4 cables from the panel side were protected in a little zipped bag like that was attached to it. Like that, keeps them free from dirt, crap or anything when they're getting stored. So plus for that. I liked the setup. It was very easy. They were relatively stable. They had little guy line mounts on the edges as well, where you could attach some guy lines, try and keep it a bit stable if it was windy. Like that as well. Quality wise, it's a folding solar panel. If you're going to open it up and down all the time, leave it out for a lot, it will degrade. The proof in the pudding will be how long it lasts in usage, and I'm not going to know that until I actually used it for any length of time. But my intended purpose for those panels is for emergency use only, or occasional use in the camper van. And for that, for £180, I can't fault it for a 200 watt panel. I think that's pretty good. I liked all the little accessories it came with. Chances are for a modern power bank, reasonable quality, you're probably only going to use the XT60s anyway. So the other ones are superfluous but nice to have. And yeah, I thought it was a good power bank. My God, I'm obsessed with power banks. I thought it was a good set of folding solar panels. So for 180 quid, yeah, I quite liked that. On reflection, having bought the nearly £600 400 watt Anchor ones, I could have bought 3 sets of those for the same price and had a bit of redundancy, and used 2 at once and paralleled them up. Potentially even the 3 of them actually if I got creative. In fact, I could have used the 3. I could have just put 2 in one and 1 in another channel on, because it's dual MPPTs in the Delta 2 Max. So yeah, with hindsight, I should have probably bought 3 sets for redundancy and flexibility and setup. But hey, do you know what? It was in our video review. So marks out of 5 for the All Powers SP33 200 watt solar panels. I give them a 4. I think for the price point, they're respectable. Performance was good, easy setup, fair quality of materials used, and yeah, quite happy with that. Interested to know other people's experiences with that panel type, good and bad. Stick it in the comments, let everybody else know what your thoughts were, your experiences were, and we can all learn together. Thanks for your time, folks. Bye.
I'm prepared for anything, come rain or shine. From the city blackout.